What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back to another episode in my path to power. Before we get into the action, if you guys are looking to purchase some FIFA Ultimate Team coins, make sure to check out FUT Coin Emporium. They're cheap, quick, and reliable. Their link will be in the description down below. So we had some players sell in this episode. Finally, we still have about half of that BPL team that we had before. The players aren't selling. That means that I paid a little too much or the prices have dropped a little bit. Nonetheless, it was the first game of the day for me, and I decided to head into the cup match because I've got a perfect record going in Division 2 of seasons, and I really wanted to keep it that way. Now, Karim Benzema. Now, you guys know that the false 9 is my flavor of, maybe even flavor of FIFA 14 this year. It's what I enjoy most. I feel like my gameplay is good with it. I'm not forced to play these LBA, LBY, and if you guys don't know what that means, it's essentially just 1-2 chip through ball all over the place. And formations like the 4-1-2-1-2 are very spam happy for that sort of thing. And I feel like the gameplay kind of suffers and it's not so good. But with this false 9, I tend to win actually more games quite a few more games than I lose. And I think part of it comes down to the fact that I get to play kind of my style with it. And you can see Jefferson Farfan doing a lovely little bit of work over there on the wing. And that's just holding left bumper, shuffling, and waiting for him to bite one way or another. Ends up walking it into the goal more or less. He's one of those players that I would kill to see get an inform card. I think it would just be absolutely fantastic. And I will be rooting for the Schalke man to hopefully pick one up. As long as it's not against Bayern, then everything will be A-okay. But Benzema up front, false 9 center forward, is one of those roles that you guys love debating with, and I get a lot of Twitter chatter about it. I get a lot of questions on stream about it. What makes a good center forward in the false 9? And now I have my things that I think are better statistically, that I think help out to this, but I'm starting to think that there's no real recipe for that center forward. I think some players just perform well in that role, and others, they just don't kind of fuel the team the way you'd kind of expect them to. Now, Benzema, default set as a striker. However, he's got over 70 passing, and if you're going to move a striker back to that center forward spot, over 70 passing is kind of one of those statistics that I really recommend trying to find one who has. But Benzema, 4-star skills. I think he's got 4-star weak foot as well, maybe 3-star weak foot. It doesn't really end up mattering that much, but he gets himself into good positions. He's strong, he's big, he's fast, and he's quite good at finishing. How about Griezmann though? What angle is that? I didn't see an angle right there, but there was one. And on the topic of Griezmann, he's had 2 inform cards. I'm using the up card. Now, I used his second inform card on stream the other day. I didn't use it in this team, though, so I'm tempted to try to go out and build a team similar-ish to and that's a huge, what am I doing right there? I know better than to try to dribble in that situation because it's so easy to poke away, and he nicks one back, but I was already 4-0 up in the first half. You're feeling pretty confident. If you give up a sloppy goal like that, you kind of shake your finger at yourself and say, you know better, but it's really not going to have a big outcome on this match. Now, the team I used the second inform Griezmann in, I think it was with the inform Andre Schürrle and maybe Sergio Aguero as well, and I did not like Sergio Aguero as the center forward, even though he looks like he might be all right in that spot. He just did not make my team tick, and the other players that I had in that squad as well, I felt like the squad played way too fast, and what I mean by that, it's kind of a weird thing to talk about, but when you build certain squads on Ultimate Team, sometimes you have players that just seem to bomb around everywhere, and if you want to hit open passes, you have to ping, and I don't necessarily like that style. I like taking my time, and you'll see little bits of skill, stuff like that. That little sequence right there with the little step over and then the fake shot stop, it just slows up play a little bit, and you can see my players are some of them show for the ball, open passes, and then all of a sudden, boom, you can be in on goal in an instant, just like Julian Draxler right there. Little step over and an easy finish with his 5-star weaker left foot. But that is the way that I like to kind of play this formation. That could not have been a more ideal setup. Draw a few defenders in, and then boom, hit somebody on an attack. And it's kind of, I guess, the way I've decided I'm gonna put a stamp on what I like to think of as kind of my style this year on FIFA. Now, I gave up another sloppy goal. Japes, clear it out! I preach this. I talk about this all the time. Don't be the guy at the back that doesn't hit the B button when you need to hit the B button. And again, I make a mistake. But actually, that was a nice little bit of dribbling from him. Regardless, 6-3 the final score. And this was just a warm-up cup match for me. I was going to be heading into divisions after this, so much tougher opponents to come. But nonetheless, a 6-3 victory is always nice on the confidence booster side. And that midfield that I have with Fabregas, Draxler, and Xabi Alonso. Actually, Draxler, I would love to see get an informed card as well. And Xabi Alonso is really, really good in that CDM spot. It's because his passing is phenomenal and his defending is good. I don't really care how fast players are for that CDM role. I just frankly do not care. I was using the Inform Tulala yesterday for a bit of fun on my main account, just playing a few games, and he was really, really good, which at first I was a little bit surprised about, but Benzema, thank you. I don't know, Karim Benzema, Saint Nick, well, you guys might have heard the Feliz Navidad Karim Benzema version, but we're going to call him Saint Benzema right there. Lovely bit of skill, and it's an individual bit of skill that sometimes people just aren't ready for, and it ends up winning the match. Now, pace is great and all, and you definitely will need it because you're going to come up against some teams where they're really not going to bring their defenders out of position at all, and in order to beat them, you're going to have to use a little bit of pace. But nonetheless, another W in divisions, and a part of me is like, James, I wish I'd played this formation sort of thing from the beginning because I wouldn't have some of those like losses. And I'm actually going to start doing something in preparation for the World Cup coming up here. I'm not quite sure how. I'll talk to you guys about it later, but it should be a bit of fun. And we'll see exactly how it works out. But it'll be Ultimate Team, it'll be divisions, and it'll hopefully switch around quite a bit. This guy, really nice team. Inform Sturridge, Inform Fernandinho. Inform Fernandinho has all the makings of what I would absolutely love to have in my midfield. But he was in that team that I used with Inform Andre Schürrle and the second Inform Griezmann, and that is so fortunate, Jordi Alba. Regardless, that little bit of lady luck on your side at times is all you're going to need to put you through. And now that might not necessarily be the case for this team. Wink, wink. I gave it away. Nonetheless, watch it out. We've got some top quality stuff coming out in this game. But Inform Fernandinho is a player that I really maybe didn't give him enough of a chance because statistically, he's got everything that I would love to have as one of my two center mids in a false nine formation. You could even probably play him as a CDM and have some good luck with that. Terrible giveaway from him, and Jefferson Farfan springing free on the counterattack. He is a joy to play with, and he links up wonderfully with Draxler. So if you're going to use a Draxler as a center forward, as a center midfielder, you can play this false nine with him in either one of those spots. Link him up with Jefferson Farfan and create yourself a tidy little hybrid. And look at, he's just plugging away. The Peruvian. And on a bit of a side note, I hate pink balls and shadows. They're so hard to see, and I know it's got to be terrible for you guys viewing as well. What do you know? Sloppy corner given up. That is my fault. I probably could have defended that better. Maybe I could have called Neuer out to punch it away. I don't know. Sometimes you give up corners, and I have no real problem with that for the most part because, you give up corners in real football. It happens. And a lot of times that's where maybe a superior team or a better team loses a game on a corner that they gave up or drops points. This guy, though, started getting desperate. And when people get desperate, they go attacking. They start pressing. They start throwing desperate through balls. And when you do that, you will undoubtedly give up counter opportunities. And when you give up those counter opportunities, you better be hoping that your opponent will not put them away. But I was fortunate enough to put this one away, and it's a lovely chip. You can see he brought his keeper out all the way, so I was going to have to hit it into his face somewhere, something that wasn't going to be his hands, because he could not use them outside the box, obviously. Now, Jefferson Farfan going to knock this one back. Julian Draxler, how about this for a through ball? Finds Griezmann, and I see Benzema streaking in at the near post. A little left bumper, double tap X, finds him, nods it home. 90th minute, Benzema at that center forward spot versus a player like Messi versus, some of the smaller players that you might think fit in really, really nicely right there. You can cross it in when you need to, when there's ample opportunity, and take advantage of his size and his heading ability. But that's how this one is going to come to a close. So 2 wins in division, 1 win in the cup. 8.8 for Griezmann, 8.8 for Benzema, 4-1. And oh yeah, the corner goal. I love keeping clean sheets this year, but that was not meant to be. So we have secured promotion to Division 1. Now the job to do is go out and get the title. That'll be for the next episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, a like or thumbs up will be greatly appreciated. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.